All right, hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in today's video, I just want to take a few minutes and go over a couple of questions that you guys have sent in. First off, I always appreciate it. Keep sending your questions and I'll do my best to try and answer them as soon as possible. Before we do that, though, I just want to take a very quick look at the indexes like we always do. And, you know, we're very oversold here, gang. The last couple of weeks have been pretty nasty. We are starting to get a little bit of potentially a counter trend bounce here, one that is probably going to end up being shortable. We'll see. We'll see. But I've looked at tons and tons and tons of charts, and there's really nothing here that stands out to me insofar as saying, hey, you know what? I love this, and I feel like we need to get a trade on right here, right now. We've been talking about it all morning long in Daily Profits Live. That there's just, it's like, let's play 5-minute chart. Let's get in, get out, and move on. So with that said, I don't have a trade recommendation right here, right now for you. My best advice is cash and day trading at this instant in time. Okay. So Scott McKenna messaged and said, what are your thoughts on a couple of these different tickers? CLSK. And again, keep in mind that when I look at a chart, I'm looking at the daily chart. When you ask me about a chart, I'm going to look at the daily chart first and foremost. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at it through my TPS, the lens of my TPS method, right? So in this case for CLSK, I don't have a squeeze. I did have one in through here, but I currently don't have a squeeze. The trend is just, it's okay. And the pattern for me is just not here. So on CLSK, I know it's a $4 stock, but for me, this is just one that is not one that I would even consider. I wouldn't even consider trading this particular name. Sorry, the market is open here because it's just not going anywhere. It's been in a range here around $4.50 for a couple of years, and for me, it's just there are better sandboxes to sort of play in, if that makes sense. Okay, the next one that you asked about here was LAZR. Let's take a look. So it's sort of the same thing. Oversold. You know, not a penny stock exactly, but a $3 stock. You are oversold. If I were going to do anything with this, I would probably have to look for a cross up in the MACD and something from here. I mean, you're at an oversold level. You're at -3 ATR. That all is very, it's oversold to the point where it's like something's got to happen. So you probably need news, or, you know, what I see here is you've got earnings coming up. Maybe you get earnings that come out that give this stock a little bit of a boost. Okay. And then you also asked about QBTS. Never heard of QBTS. Okay. So another under $1 stock here. And it's the same thing. So for me here, Scott, a lot of times when I get asked about names like these, I sort of assume that people are in them and stuck. That may not be the situation at all for you. But when I look at this, if you bought it anywhere in through here, you're red on the stock, and you're probably looking for something hopeful. That would be my guess. And I could be, again, dead wrong here. Earnings are coming up. Maybe you get something here that gives a boost. But for me, when I'm looking at a chart and looking for things to do and looking for names to trade and things to play, I don't even consider names that look like this. There are just so many charts that we could go and play, and I don't like to spend my time in sandboxes that look like this. This is just pain, right? Every little bounce gets sold into because people are holding the bag from up and through here. So you need something. You need a news event in all likelihood to trigger some short covering in a name that looks like this. Okay. Hopefully that helps. And then David Judge wrote in and said, I just signed up for Nate's weekly trading sessions, and he mentions applying for options trading in my account, but online there are 4 levels of option trading. So which one do I sign up for? So there's level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Level 1, you can really only do like covered calls, I believe. So I have level 4, but you don't need that. You don't need level 4. Level 2 for everything that we do in Profit Surge Trader is good because you can buy long calls and long puts, and that's all we ever do in Profit Surge Trader. You can, I mean, most of the trading that I do is just using level 2. Level 3 is good because then you can do spreads. So if you can get your broker to approve you up to level 3, that would be kind of ideal, because then you can also do spreads. But you don't need level 4. That's where you're starting to get into selling naked calls and selling naked puts and having these unlimited risk options trades. Again, I have that approval, but I have the approval for whatever reason. They just gave it to me, but I guess I applied for it at some point in the past, but I don't use it. I don't ever sell naked calls or naked puts or anything like that. So I think level 2 for just long calls and puts, and level 3 if you can get it, so that you can do spreads. All right, gang. Well, that's kind of what I've got for this week. Again, the biggest thing for me is watching these indexes and trying to just maintain a clear head as all of these big volatile days keep coming at us with all of the headlines and all of the interest rate shenanigans and the political upheaval. Is just trying to stay focused on playing the market that's in front of me. All right. I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.